Hey everyone, welcome back to the ToonamiERA Awards 2018. I'm Greg Zeno. We still have B-Dubs.
Hello.
C-Kohler is back and not as sick.
Yes, I'm back.
Seda.
It's me.
And Mora.
Hey.
Yay.
And now, we get right into Best Looking Show.
Huzzah.
Best Looking Show. The nominees are all shows that premiered new episodes in 2018.
So I can't remember whose turn it is to start cutting, so I'm just going to start. We should cut Naruto Shippuden and Black Clover.
Yes.
Yes. Oh gosh, Black Clover's the worst.
Black Clover had a really good episode though, but yeah.
Only the one.
Mora.
I'll just say Dragon Ball Super.
And another one?
Outlaw Star, maybe?
Sure.
Yeah, it wasn't a contender last year.
No.
Outlaw Star looks better in your memories than it does in reality.
I like how they did some of those backgrounds, though, you know?
It has a good handful of poor-looking episodes. There are a couple of decent ones, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember faces looking different every time there was a new cut.
Oh, yeah, there were some episodes that were just not good at all.
Like, you remember it all looking like Cowboy Bebop, but then you're like, oh wait, nothing looks like Cowboy Bebop, especially not this. Seda.
Fully Coolly Progressive.
Yeah.
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 All right. Yeah.
And Stardust Crusaders.
That's a bummer.
Stardust Crusaders, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
C-Kohler.
Okay, so most of the rest of the ones are good, but since we have to cut things, I'm gonna go with Dragon Ball Z Kai.
I don't think it even looks that good anyway.
Yeah.
No, it was the Buu arc, and the Buu arc was kind of like they just recut, old Dragon Ball Z for the most part.
And everything else on this list is competent, but probably there are times when it's not. So I'm going to go with Boruto because it has a few bad-looking episodes already.
Yeah. Boruto just looks okay. It looks fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not special.
There's been a couple episodes of Boruto that looked kind of almost Shippuden tier.
Mm-hmm.
Still
I don't
Peru.
go that far.
No, I guess that's a little harsh, yeah. But anyway, it's just not as good.
Mid-upper Shippuden tier, not like bottom garbage tier.
B-Dubs.
I'm probably gonna get some shit for this, but Pop Team Epic, like it's stylized, but
It's not the best looking show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised it wasn't cut sooner.
Interesting.
And another one.
Oh man. Shit.
Mediocre at this point is what you're aiming for.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I can cut alternative because that would. I don't know. I like how that looked for the most part. I don't think Hunter x Hunter had a bad looking episode, so it'd be hard to cut that.
Hunter x Hunter is the model of consistency.
Yeah, I know that's the problem. Mob Psycho is really well animated, so you can't cut that. I think I got to go with MHA because that first season was a bit rough.
Yeah, MHA has a. I've been noticing the thing where the backgrounds don't look good at all more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a really bad example of that in the last episode.
Like it looks good for the most part, but at the same time, it can be rough at times in spots.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it in the top 3.
Like if we were doing best looking episode, yeah, I would probably have a top 3. But
all right, can we say Mob Psycho 100's in the top 3?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about Hunter x Hunter?
I can't recall seeing like a Hunter x Hunter where it looks bad or poor. Like it's always on model. It's always like it doesn't always have the best like actual animation because some episodes are just not a lot of action or whatever. But the art is always good.
Yeah, I mean it's Madhouse, so it's one of those things where it's always going to look at least well done.
So don't cut it yet. Does anyone want to go to bat for Gundam?
Gundam is pretty consistent as well. But I guess when you have those, there are a couple of like long panning space shots that maybe not have a lot of art or animation.
They're just kind of there to fill the 30 seconds they need.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I think it's worse than Hunter x Hunter because
it is
creativity.
I think I would cut. I think I'm going to cut that.
Yeah.
Mora.
Yeah, probably Fully Cooley.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's that much of a big step up from Progressive in terms of the animation.
I agree. Yeah. Like the later episodes, I remember there are a couple of moments where it's
yeah, it's charming looking, but it doesn't it's not going to win awards.
So, what is this category? Mob Psycho, Hunter x Hunter, JoJo?
Yeah, I was actually going to cut Attack on Titan, if only because some of the CG Titan stuff is like,
yeah, that's been a problem since season 2.
Yeah, I was going to argue that JoJo's color palette puts it above Attack on Titan.
Just that whole studio's take on things like there's been a couple of like color, the ways that they mess with the colors and things to show different scenes is always really interesting. So that gives it a little bit of a boost.
And this early part of the show they showed this year has some of that awesome transition work.
Oh yeah.
Like remember the scene where where like Koichi and what's his face with the lock stand are talking about the restaurant receipt, and then the whole restaurant logo is displayed on the table and the ground.
I also remember a transition where Jotaro is on the phone, and then he hangs up the phone, and he's immediately in the car.
He kind of sits down into the car, and it's like, what? But Mob Psycho wins because holy shit.
Yeah, it's not just the animation, but I think the way that the art style and the animation and the art all kind of work together, and the consistency, and obviously the Sakuga moments. Yeah, I think it wins.
I would vote for it. That's 3 out of 5 right there.
Anyone else?
Use fucking paint on glass. What else is there to say?
Mob Psycho 100 is the best looking show. Hunter x Hunter and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable are the runners up. Sequel or play us into best power, ability, or weapon.
Best power, ability, or weapon. And the nominees are The World from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, APR from Hunter x Hunter, Dark Shadow from My Hero Academia, Barbados Lupus Rex from Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, Echoes, Reverb from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable, Pearl Dam from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable, Heaven's Door from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable, Caster Gun from Outlaw Star, 100 Type Wanyan Bodhisattva from Hunter x Hunter, Bad Company from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable, 100% Mob from Mob Psycho 100, Crazy Diamond from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable, One for All Full Cowl from My Hero Academia, and finally, Trunks Sword of Hope from Dragon Ball Super.
Okay, Mora, cut 2 things.
Caster Gun from Outlaw Star.
It's funny how you never actually see it in the show.
He uses it 3 times.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame because it's such a cool idea for an ability, but they obviously didn't have the money to do it.
Pick one more.
Trunks Sword of Hope.
Yeah, I was thinking to cut that one immediately. Why is that here?
Yeah.
That's very cheesy power
Yeah,
of hope
Yeah,
and
it's-
friendship.
It's
I
a
mean,
kind of
I
neat
like-
use of the spirit bomb, but
Yeah.
It's cool they brought the sword back.
Yeah. I mean, I would honestly, I'd probably like it better if it was explicitly a spirit bomb. You know?
Seda.
I kind of put this one on here as like just kind of a fun nomination, although I'm not sure if it's actually like cool enough or best enough to win. But Pearl Jam, that's the spaghetti one.
Yeah.
I just thought that was kind of a neat, weird ability.
It was fun.
So
Cut it.
yeah, cut it. I just thought it was interesting enough to nominate. Barbados Lupus Rex. Like, it's a cool Mobile Suit Gundam, but
Yeah.
is it really any better than other Mobile Suit Gundams? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like it's just as cool as any other one. So I don't know if it stands out. So yeah, I'd cut it.
Seacaller.
Okay, so what's Bad Company?
Remember the toy soldiers?
Oh yeah. And Heaven's Door, which one's that?
Rohans.
It's the manga
Oh,
one.
okay. Okay, for the first one, I'm gonna go with One for All Full Cal. It's okay, but like,
I don't even remember what that is.
It should have been.
It's just when he uses like, isn't it when he just uses
Yeah.
like 50% of his power or something?
It's something like, I'm gonna use 5% of my power, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna use it on my entire body. I'm like, you couldn't have figured that out on your own. Like,
I mean, it
Yeah,
is
I got
finally the point where he figures out how to use the power without breaking every one of his limbs. So
well, I mean, you'd think at some point he'd think, oh, why don't I just use the power on my entire body?
It's a good power for him, but it's not
Yeah.
like the best power of the year. So
It's also,
no,
to be
Right.
quite honest, One for All is really not that interesting in general. It's just kind of like super strength and like
Yeah.
reaction
Yeah.
time. So that's it.
and then for the other one, I'll go with like this. They're all pretty good at this point. But I'm gonna go with Echoes, I guess. Like, it's interesting.
hmm
I don't know if anyone wants to fight me on that.
I,
There's better JoJo ones on this list, in my opinion.
I'd say
yeah,
there's
that's why I'd keep it
better
over
JoJo
some
ones.
other ones.
Oh, you think that there's others that are worse? Which one would you consider worse, out of curiosity?
Well, I think there's other powers worse,
I
but
mean-
out of JoJo,
I would honestly, as cool as the world is, it's just a basic time stop. Like, I'd argue Echoes is doing something a little more interesting.
No, but you see, you're forgetting the point where he yells Zawardo all the time. And the fact that it's
Okay,
called
you know
World.
what? I take it back. Bad Company. I make my second one Bad Company. It's funny and interesting, but like, it actually didn't really work that well. So
Yeah.
Right.
B-dubs.
Yes. I'm going to go with Dark Shadow.
No! Right
First-
into my heart.
Right into your heart. But at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah, it's something we've seen a million times before.
it's just a discount stand.
Yeah. Without the
Oh.
extra special ability added in.
I'm cutting it while saying, ugh.
Yeah. And I still gotta go with the world. Like, it's cool watching a Dio yell, "This is how world do." But, outside of that, it's just kind of like, yeah, it's a time stop. We've seen it a million times before.
But no, see,
Yeah.
we've seen Time Stop a million times before, but
Yeah.
it always ended up way lamer than the world. The world is the
That's-
first time you see the power, and it's like, oh shit, how are they fucking gonna beat that?
Yeah, but at the same time, like, Heaven's Door is way cooler, and so is Reverb and APR, and even Mob's 100%, which is basically just rage mode.
I was actually going to say cut Mob because
Yeah, okay, we'll cut Mob.
it's
Yeah, I just put it
like
together. I'm
it's like as a moment, it's it's like something's going down,
yeah,
but it's like how much of it is actually like an ability? It's just kind of an explosion.
It's kind of there to showcase any specific emotion, but as ability,
well, like as a point in the narrative, it's fantastic, but yeah, as a power, it's kind of whatever.
Okay.
The world lives.
I think we should cut the 100 type Guan Yin Bonta Vista because we haven't seen it do that much yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't been impressed yet. Everybody's talking big about it, but I'm like, okay, whatever. He slapped
It'll definitely be a next year thing.
Yeah, that's gonna make top 3 next year, just not this year.
It looks so cool though.
Oh, it does such cool things.
Okay, so we have what 5 left.
Yeah.
So 3 of these have to be top 3.
Mm-hmm.
APR is probably top 3.
Yeah, I mean that's just a weird fucking ability.
Crazy Diamond's probably top 3.
So Crazy Diamond is basically a punch ghost plus healing.
Yeah, like it can rearrange your face in the literal sense of the word.
But it's not just healing; it's like reversion. It's like you can revert something back to a point. So like when he punched the ground and he turned like concrete into oil and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
And he punched right through his mom.
Yeah, that's the thing with this. Like, normally these other stands I would consider more interesting, but the way Josuke actually uses Crazy Diamond makes it way better for me.
I still like how he punched that one guy and combined him with the rock.
Josuke is a guy who will never kill anybody, but he sure does love trapping people in inanimate objects forever.
Yeah.
Which is maybe more horrifying.
I think that the third pick here has to be one of the JoJo ones. I mean, not the world. The JoJo Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable.
It's got to be Heaven's Door. I think.
The thing I have against Heaven's Door is that it's too good.
Well, it's too good. That's because it's such a clever ability. You know.
But I guess I can't hold last episode against it because it was from this year and not last year.
Yeah, I think Echo's Act 2 has more room for creativity, but the thing is, I kind of think they squander it a bit.
It might make a comeback next season. I mean, next year. Because there's still a lot of JoJo left.
Does the world get hurt by the fact that Star Platinum also can do that?
Yeah, I think so.
I'd probably pick Heaven's Door here.
I would too. I guess knowing what we know now, but I don't know.
I would kind of go for Echoes.
You want to do a vote?
Well, it really comes down to whether the Mora and B-Dubs say it at the same time.
I already said Heaven's Door.
Oh, then I guess it's Heaven's Door then. Mora, just for record, what's your vote here?
Yeah, probably Heaven's Door.
Okay, well.
Echoes will be back next year, I think.
So our top 3 is APR, Heaven's Door, and Crazy Diamond.
I think Echoes, like in my mind, I haven't seen the rest of the show. Like I'm like thinking like there's potential here. They could maybe do some cool things with it, but I have no idea what they're actually going to do with it going forward.
Right.
But like what we've seen so far, we've seen maybe like 2 interesting uses of it, and it's like, oh, that's neat.
And the idea of an evolving stand is really cool as well.
Yeah, that is true. Good point. Yeah.
I think Echoes was definitely like the first runner up if you were to have one. So now we got to pick a winner.
Well, I'm not voting for APR. I think APR is really interesting, but it's also incredibly flawed. Because of, not flawed, but like incredibly difficult to pull off, whereas these other 2 stands are just effortless.
I think that's what makes it the most interesting, though.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of why I like it, is because, you know, it's really good, but it's also balanced in that if you screw up, you're dead.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm the odd man out here.
Has APR ever worked?
Against Dome?
Well, because like Cheetu, they had the one person like eat it or whatever. And then
Yeah, like he said, against
It
Gon.
would have worked against Yuppie.
Yeah, but
It was
they,
like seconds away from winning that.
yeah,
They
it
were
was like
2 seconds away.
it was like a split second from beating UP, but they had to save Moral. So
But outside of just winning and losing, I just think the power itself just creates these very interesting situations.
It's also a stupid little gremlin that floats around people and says, "It's time now. You have accrued interest."
Yes, it is also adorable. That gives it points.
it's super adorable.
Does APR win then?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, all right.
Because it kind of sounds like it does.
Yeah, this category is vague about what best means.
Well,
Mhm.
that's the best part.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was intentional. It's just like, what powers do you think are cool or interesting or funny or whatever? Just in some hodgepodge,
will say-
however you judge that.
Yeah, I would say that of all the things on this list, I think APR is definitely the most intricate and interesting in so far as how it works. Like it's just
Yeah.
like it requires lots of setup and all sorts of things. So
Yeah. Like
It
you
requires-
have to be able to do the math.
We also saw that scene of Gon having smoke come out of his ears with all the
yeah,
numbers.
that was a good point.
Yeah. That it is not an ability Gon would ever have come up with.
APR is the best power, ability, or weapon. Heaven's Door and Crazy Diamond are the runners-up. Steve Kohler, best name.
Best name. And the nominees are Shoot McMahon from Hunter x Hunter, Billion Quadrillion from Pop Team Epic, Neferpido from Hunter x Hunter, Yakujin from Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, Froppy from My Hero Academia, King Explosion Murder from My Hero Academia, Present Mike from My Hero Academia, White Tea Poison from Mob Psycho 100, Tetsu from My Hero Academia, Stick Dinner from Hunter x Hunter, Hellshake Yano from Pop Team Epic, Julius Novachrono from Black Clover, Manthutu Yuppie from Hunter x Hunter,
Oh my god, I
Kino
nailed
from
it.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, Kenny G from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, Shayapu from Hunter x Hunter, and finally, Elise from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable.
Wait, who's police?
Koichi's dog. Police!
Oh, right. Shit, I
Interesting name
forgot
for a
about
dog.
So, Seda, it's your turn to start.
Present Mike
Yes.
and
Mhm.
Police.
I like it. I like it because it just tells everything you need to know about that character.
That's actually why I nominated it. It's kind of like, it's just like he is present and he has a mic. And it's just kind of, it's just so on the nose. It's like, okay, but yeah, it was just kind of a fun nomination. So
Yeah.
Police
Kohler.
is an interesting name for a dog, but it's not really that.
Yeah. I mean, you could use it in some pretty cool jokes, but that's about it.
So just before I begin, I just want to say there's a lot of nominations this year, a lot of stupid names and interesting names. So the first one I'm going to cut is Eok Kujan. It's a weird sounding name, but like I hate Eok, but I don't really care about his name.
Yeah.
And then the other one would be I guess Kenny G. Like it makes me chuckle slightly, but whatever.
Yeah. It's a bit too on the nose.
B-dubs.
I'm gonna go with White Tea Poison
I agree.
because it's kind of like a whatever name. I think there's better in Mob and King Explosion Murder because while it's absolutely ridiculous name, he doesn't actually keep it.
Yeah, there's another name above that I kind of feel probably ought to be disqualified, if only because it was mentioned once. But anyway, we'll get there.
What was it? Shoot McMahon?
No, it's Froppy. But anyway, I'll let other people decide.
Anyway, I'm going to cut.
Black Clover.
Here's the thing.
I like that name.
I kind
That
of like
is-
Julius Novachrono. It's so on the nose and Julius Time Stop guy.
It's very much reminds me of Krololu Silfer.
Yeah, it does.
It's kind of in that same like strata of completely ridiculous bad guy names.
I'd like to cut Shiapoof because I think that's the weakest name from those Royal Guards.
Yeah.
And I'd like to
every
cut...
time I hear it, I think of Shia
Maybe it should be on this list.
Nah, I don't like it.
I'd also like to cut Tetsu.
Oh, into my soul.
I think Stick Dinner is a better stupid name.
No.
Yes.
Come on. Tetsu. Also, there is
hold on. Stick Dinner didn't get eaten, so he gets cut, actually.
Yeah, he didn't
No,
even
that's a
get
good name.
make it last year. I think he might have been almost a runner-up.
I don't think he was in the show last year.
We nominated him last year. Yeah, he was in the show. We nominated him.
All right.
Either way, Stick Dinner did not get eaten. The name didn't work.
I'm sorry, Stick Dinner. You were my guy.
Mora.
Julius Novachrono. It's fucking dumb.
Which one is that anyway? I don't
He's
remember.
the Wizard King.
Oh,
Wait,
he is the Wizard King.
wait. That's a good guy?
Yeah, that's
Oh
the
no,
Wizard
fuck
King's
that. Cut
name.
him. That is like an obvious bad guy name. What the hell are they giving that to a good guy for?
Because he's Time Stop guy.
Fuck that.
Okay. And a second.
Dio.
I like that it's like his official name in part 3 is literally just all caps DIO. But yeah. Seda.
So we have 7 left.
Yeah.
Shoot McMahon.
Zeta is not a fan of wrestling.
No, I'm not. What?
That's fine.
The joke is that his last name is McMahon and his first name is like a wrestling term.
I think so, yeah.
Oh god, I didn't even realize that.
Seriously?
Phoenix down.
But to pick another.
Yep.
I'm considering in my mind what would be the top 3. Is Froppy like her actual like title or name?
That's her official
name?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if that was just like a pet name that the fan base gave her or like a friend or what, but
No, she gave that name out in class as her hero name.
it's Froppy.
Yeah, and unlike King Explosion Murder, that one actually sticks.
I'm looking at like Neferpito and Yuppie. Like if I had to pick one, which one do I like better? I like them both.
Those names are kind of like whatever. I mean, like they're okay, but like they're so bad that nobody says them. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to bother to say Neferpito.
I like Neferpitu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
okay.
cool
I know,
name.
but I'm just saying that like it's weird because they're definitely original. I've never heard that name anywhere before. But then like the show and the people who watch it are like, I'm not saying all that garbage, just Pito.
I think Tagashi couldn't be bothered to write it out each time, so he's like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, I want to pick Yuppie. Like I think I like that one worse than Neferpito.
Yeah, I like Pito
Both
as well.
the short version and the long version.
Okay, I think now that we're down to 5, it's
We should start picking our top 3.
Yeah.
maybe we should pick one Pop Team Epic to remain.
Both are good.
Okay, well here's I'll make a judgment call on this. I think I like the idea and the execution of the scene that is Hell Shake Yano more than the name.
Right. I think Billion Quadrillion is a better name than Hell Shake Yano.
Yeah, it's the best stupid name we have.
I think regardless, Billion Quadrillion just is top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's just made me laugh out loud when I heard it.
I mean, just looking at it, it's amazing. Like, that name is funny, but it could also fit in like a million other shows.
So it's not top 3, is what you're
No,
saying?
it is top 3. That's
Oh.
why. Because it's like so obviously amazing, and yet no one has apparently used it.
But does
Until
Hellshake
now.
Yano sneak into the top 3 over some of these others as well? What do we think about Tetsu?
I
Who is
like
that?
it. It's fun.
I like it. It's fun. Apparently, it also like with all of the My Hero Academia names, it has like hidden meanings. If you look up stuff in Japanese, it actually means like stuff that's related to the character. So it's a very clever name apparently, although that doesn't translate well into English.
Yeah.
Ochako Uraraka is something we might have here if we knew really what he was what was so amazing about it, because the author was pretty proud of himself for that one.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Who is Tetsu anyway?
The Steel guy, who is just a clone. He's a Kirishima's shadow.
The clone of the Rock guy. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's so cloney, his name is the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here's my defense of why Froppy should be top 3. It's the perfectly adorable name for such a cinnamon roll.
I think that's probably why it's on this list.
Yeah.
So,
It's the only reason, really. I mean, it's like a cute name for this nice character. That's about the best description I can give it. It doesn't really make sense either. Like, it's not the combination of 2 names or 2 words that I'm aware of.
It's Frog and Hoppy.
But what's Hoppy? Just
Hoppy,
hop around?
Hoppy little frog. It's hops. Hop, hop.
Okay.
What about Frog and Flop?
Well, none of those have. Wait.
You just blew his mind.
Whoa!
She flops around.
Anyway, does maybe Nefer-P2 not make top 3 here?
Well, Hellshake Yano, we can maybe should we just cut that?
Yeah.
Right.
It sounds like it's between the other 3 here. So out of these 3, Nefer-P2, Froppy, and Tetsu, which one does not make it? I'm fine cutting Nefer-P2. It's kind of like an interesting sounding name, even if it doesn't.
I think it's just a cool sounding villain name.
It is.
It invokes Nefertiti and like Egyptian cat stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, it's very ancient Egyptian.
Narrowing this list down, I think Froppy does make it, and I'm choosing between Tetsu, and Nefer-P2, and one is kind of more cool sounding, and one is just more silly sounding. So it's kind of like which one
we have to decide. Yeah, we have to decide. Do we want to have all silly names up top, or
If this list was Froppy, Nefer-P2, and Billion Quadrillion, we would have cool, cute, and stupid in the top 3.
So
I think that's a valid choice for us to.
That gives us that variety spread, and we've already picked Billion Quadrillion, so we can't pick Tetsu.
Yeah,
okay, I'm fine with that.
Sure.
And Billion Quadrillion is funnier anyway.
That's as good of a criteria as any.
Billion Quadrillion wins.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a fantastic name.
It feels like this category was made for that, even though I wasn't know it wasn't. But
yeah, like we didn't know that Billion Quadrillion would win until we saw Billion Quadrillion.
I love that Billion Quadrillion is also that guy from Tekken.
That's the best part.
Is there any reason for that too?
No.
I don't know. I don't think so.
He's there to play shogi and throw his son into a volcano. Anyway, Billion Quadrillion is the best name. Nefer-P2 and Froppy are the runners-up. C. Kohler, give us best dressed.
Best dressed. And the nominees are Jotaro Kujo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable, Tenya Iida from My Hero Academia, Josuke Higashikata from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable, Haruko from Fooly Cooly Progressive and Alternative, Regan from Mob Psycho 100, Theo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, Kawale from Hunter x Hunter, Masen from Fooly Cooly Alternative, Netero in Gym Clothes from Hunter x Hunter, and finally, All Might in a Suit from My Hero Academia.
Okay. So we've done 3 categories, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means it's C-Color's turn to start.
Okay, I'm going to start out by saying that a lot of these are just characters in suits.
Yeah.
And for me, best dressed means like they look unique. Like there's something really special about the way that they look. That's how I'm going to be judging this category out of the gate. So for people who are just like cool characters, but are only different in this list because they're wearing a suit, All Might in a suit. Like I like All Might's hero costume more than his suit. I mean,
that feels like a joke nomination to me.
Yeah, it does. So I would say,
but
I would cut that, and then, and unfortunately, I hate to say this, but Regan, I mean, he's pretty average looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
He's a sharp-looking guy, but it's just a suit.
If someone is going to be nominated for wearing a suit, it has to be like a real fucking good-looking suit on them.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking like
that fucking koala.
Oh, right. The fucking koala. That dude that was a koala in a goddamn suit.
So B-dubs.
I'm going to go with... Okay, this is going to get me a lot of hate, but Jotaro, because he just wears the same fucking school uniform every goddamn time.
No, it's not. He has a different outfit in Diamond.
It's the same fucking thing. They just changed the color.
So good.
Do you know how hard it is to keep that white?
Okay. All right. Mosan.
Stylish, man.
Yeah, I don't really understand Mosan here. I assume it's for that one episode where
he
normally wears like the school uniform with like a sweater over it.
Yeah.
And I guess it's probably for one episode where she has like a more of a fashionista type outfit.
I wish I could remember those.
And
I can't remember what she wore in that episode, but I know
I remember her normal. I can remember her normal outfit, but I don't quite remember like what she wore for like the fashion show.
Right.
So that's probably not a good indicator.
And for the other one, I'll go with Haruko, I guess.
Ooh, I wouldn't.
Really?
You would.
Because
I would keep
it's
her.
either what you would wear normally or that one like 30-second scene where she
wore
the dress.
tons of outfits.
The reason why she's on here is because she wore over the course of those two shows a bunch of outfits.
I keep forgetting.
Especially an alternative when she was doing different occupations.
Right. Okay, I'm sorry.
This category is small enough that maybe not as good.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna say. Yeah, you see, because it's already hard.
Yeah.
I would say Dio.
Really? Dio? He's like the most glorious dressed person in that show.
I would have cut Jotaro over Dio. Dio looks like a
Jotaro wins.
Are you kidding me?
Listen to me. Jotaro looks pretty stylish in Diamond, but Dio looks like he walked off a runway.
Yeah, like Dio is just the personification of glorious. Like
the thing about Dio
isn't great, but he looks amazing.
I just think the final form of Dio just looks lame, to be honest.
All right, that's a good.
At least in the anime.
Fair.
And that could be just because the last few episodes.
I was thinking more along the lines of like flashiness and uniqueness, but maybe it's not really all that stylistically good.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
I don't. The outfit is less good than his strutting.
So you're saying the swag makes the outfit in this case?
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of see what you're going for there.
Okay.
I kind of agree with that. Yeah.
All right.
Only Dio could pull that outfit off.
Yeah, Jotaro can stand still in his outfit and look cool. He didn't have to do anything.
Mora.
Probably Tenya Ida. He just looks like a square.
The thing with Ida is that he's by far he has the best looking outfit of any of those kids' Kiro costumes.
Oh, you're talking about the hero. Okay.
Yeah, but at the same time, all their costumes kind of suck.
I'm not really a big fan of his costume, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's just like he looks like a knight.
Yeah, I think that's the point. But at the same time, all the outfits the kids are wearing are like they're not great.
You know what? I should have nominated Earphones Girl for this one.
Yeah,
because her hero outfit is basically just like normal clothes, but
is her hero outfit just like a tank top or what? Or is that her normal outfit?
It's something like that.
It's kind of like a band outfit,
like a rock band member.
Like I'm going to play with my band, but
yeah, like it's a little punk or whatever, you know.
I don't know. Nobody nominated it, so.
Yeah, I'm not feeling Ida. I like Ida as a character, but I think he looks just generic in his costume. I like Bakugo's costume more than that, and that's kind of saying a lot. So.
Yeah,
Bakugo has
is
no
the strong
taste.
number 2.
Okay, we have 5 left. Can we cut both Koala and Netero? Like Koala is just a suit. Netero is just gym clothes.
Koala is a koala in a suit. God damn it.
Yes, but it's a regular ass suit on a koala.
I mean, if I had to choose the top 3 out of these 5, it's definitely the first 3 on this list, like Jotaro, Josuke, and Haruko.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the koala. I think it's funny, but it's
the fact that it is a koala in a suit is the only reason why it's on here. And Netero and gym clothes is kind of I'm assuming the reason why it was nominated is you have like the strongest character in this series, and just like you see him once or maybe twice in like regular gym clothes rather than his like normal outfit.
Not like he's got his heart shirt on and that's about it.
All right.
His outfit for time for shit to get real is gym clothes.
Yeah.
So I guess our top 3 is Jotaro, Josuke, and Haruko.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, for me, it's a toss-up between the 2 JoJos because they both look really great.
Man, that white outfit looks so good.
It's got to be Josuke though.
You know what? Here's an argument, a weird one I'll throw out. Josuke's outfit got its own arc.
Yeah.
That puts it over the top.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I
actually do think I like Josuke's more.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like it's just
like
more flashy.
Yeah. The trench coats are kind of lame. I mean, they're not like Jotaro can pull it off, but it is still like a trench coat.
Yeah, like it's kind of like one of those Dio outfits where it works on the character, but if someone else tried it, it would look completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because like I'm just trying to imagine
a giant isosceles triangle just pasted on there.
Yeah, because like I'm trying to imagine Koichi and Shotaro's outfit, and I'm just like, no, that would not work. Meanwhile, Josuke's outfit, yeah, that'd be pretty cool looking.
Best dressed is Josuke Higashikata. Runners-up are Jotaro Kujo and Haruko. C-Kohler, give us best fight.
Best fight. And the nominees are Jotaro vs. Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, Deku vs. Todoroki from My Hero Academia, Mob vs. Teru from Mob Psycho 100, Mikazuki's Last Stand from Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, Levi vs. Kenny Squad from Attack on Titan Season 3, Uraraka vs. Bakugo from My Hero Academia, Koichi vs. Yutako from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable, Iggy vs. Pet Shop from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, Ogito vs. Zamasu from Dragon Ball Super, Morel, Knuckle, and Shoot vs. Yuppie from Hunter x Hunter, and finally, Morel vs. Leol from Hunter x Hunter.
All right, B-dubs. I think this category is small enough we can do one cut.
Yeah. All right. A lot of these are really good, but I gotta. Jeez. Like, my first instinct is the Dragon Ball Super fight, because even though it was really hype, it's kind of like all the others are better, I think.
Yep.
It's a great 20-second long fight.
I almost think the Dragon Ball Super fight that was more of a tag team was a better fight.
Yeah.
Vegito versus Zamasu.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Like Vegito versus Zamasu was just a beatdown, and it was cool to see. But
I actually, to be very, very honest and frank, I don't remember Vegito versus Zamasu.
Me neither.
It was basically just an animation showcase.
yeah, like
Okay.
all I remember from that is Zamas getting his shit kicked in, and that's literally it.
I'm gonna cut Moral Knuckle and Shoot versus Yuppie.
Ooh. I think that one's great for just how like multi-layered it is.
I think, you know, each
they
individual part, because it's kind of is that, like, none of them are all fighting him at the same time. And so I just think there's definitely 3 stronger on here.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I do like how that whole sequence and how that particular fight, and I say that with quotation marks, ends, because it's kind of like, it's just, they have it. They won, but they have to give it up because, you know.
And I think that fight does showcase Yuppie's character growth in a very short amount of time too, in a cool way.
Well, then maybe I'll cut Moral versus Leal.
That's the obvious choice for me. Cut that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty
Mora.
weak.
I'd say Mikazuki's Last Stand because it's not the IBO fight I would have put on here. Like the mobile armor one was better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that one didn't make it on here. Seda.
Let's see. Koichi versus Yukiko is not really a fight like the other ones, but it does have Yukiko going nuts, which is entertaining. And the voice acting was pretty well done.
She's going to be Aqua in Konosuba, and that's going to be good. But cut it.
Well, I'm just thinking. I'm actually starting to think, like, what would my top 3 be? Is that because I think the reason why that fight on there is because Yukiko is just so bad shit. Is that enough to make it top 3?
Maybe that's best voice acting.
Yeah. How about Mob versus Teru? Like, it's not really. I'm trying to remember this. It's not really much of a fight. It's more that Mob is refusing to fight at first.
Well,
and then he explodes. Yeah.
And then he goes. That's when he goes percentage question mark, right?
Yeah. Animation wise, though.
Yeah, animation is great.
The only competition against it is like maybe Levi.
So basically, Teru is kind of beating him up. He throws him into the building, and then he starts to choke him, and that's when Mob basically unleashes, or is right after the choke.
That's him basically trying to prevent himself from unleashing.
Well,
I'm just trying to remember exactly what happened.
What triggers it is that he gets knocked unconscious.
Yes, he gets choked to unconsciousness, basically, right?
Yes.
Okay, is there any list one here on this list that people feel really strongly about should be in the top 3?
I feel extremely strongly about Deku versus Todoroki.
Yeah, that was where I was going to say, because it has so much build up, and it is, I guess you could say it was kind of like the climax of the arc.
And then you have the whole element where he's like breaking his fingers, and then the show is basically prepping you to think he only has 10 shots, and then he basically they throw that swerve where he's like, I can break the finger again in a different.
It also has animation and music that's amazing.
I would say that until the like final attack there, it's actually kind of repetitive and not amazing looking, but there's a lot more going on character wise there.
And I think the repetitiveness actually kind of works for it, because you think like he only has the fact that, like, that you think he only has 10 shots, you think it's like this almost like a countdown or like a limitation, and it makes it more tense than maybe other fights are. And then they kind of throw that swerve at you, and I think that gives it an edge as a fight. So I would put that in my top 3.
At the same time, I think Uraraka vs. Bakugo does all those exact same things, except one level better, except for the
Except it
obvious
doesn't
animation
have-
at the end.
Yeah, it doesn't have that.
It doesn't have like the crazy Sakuga, but everything else that we just said about Deku vs. Todoroki, I think that fight does it all just one level better.
I wouldn't be against putting both of them in the top 3, to be honest.
Well,
They're both definitely the highlight of that arc.
let's. Seda, were you still trying to think of something to cut?
Let's do Mob versus Teru. That'll be my decision, unless people really feel strongly about it.
No, I think
It's not really a fight. It's more of a moment.
It's more
If you-
like
yeah.
a showcase of animation.
We wanted to
Mhm.
say that. Seacoler.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Koichi versus Yukako. Let's cut that. It's not gonna make top 3 for me.
No.
Fun moment. Really better episode than fight.
Yeah.
We really might want to have a best episode category
Mhm.
eventually.
probably a good idea.
B-dubs.
Levy versus Kenny Squad.
Levy.
You see,
Captain
I think
Levy.
I think that one just stays just for the animation alone. Like if there's going to be any fight on here,
I don't know, but
purely on the
same time,
animation.
I mean, I don't think it should be purely on animation though, because
But-
I would argue Iggy vs. Pet Shop is a better fight.
Well, those are very different things.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
think
if we were
the-
going purely on animation, then I would say Mob vs. Teru would have to stay on.
Yeah, if it was purely animation, that wins the pure animation category.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically sort of what I'm saying is it looks really good, but I think both that Deku and Uraraka fights sort of
This
are.
is the
Yeah.
obvious thing, but it's less of a duel like some of these other ones here, and more
Mhm.
just like a brawl where Levi is. It's basically
It's a
one
chase
versus,
Levi.
one versus many, and the one is like totally outclassing everyone else, and it's
Yeah,
a very
I think-
it's a very
I
fun
think-
movement.
Statistically, or I'm sorry, tactics with tactics involved, and the actual character motivation stuff is pretty low in that, because
Yeah.
it's just we got to defend, we've got to attack, and there's smoke. It's not. It's a cool moment, but it's not like all these other ones have way more going on in the minds of the characters.
Yeah.
I think we're talking about two different fights here. I think this is because I put this down, and for me it was the pretty much the second episode.
Oh, you mean when they attack, the sneak attack?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the chase sequence from episode 2.
Oh, I was thinking of the cave thing. Okay. I don't know. I still kind of feel the same way, but that's just me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think it's not going to be top 3.
I think this category has a lot of really good ones, like in terms of overall strength of some of these.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
It was an
most of the-
amazing
cut.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah, most of the shows have at least one really good fight in them.
I just don't think this Hunter x Hunter fight stands here.
Mm-hmm.
There's others I would cut before it.
what about Jotaro versus Dio?
I think that is a pretty disappointing fight, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Dio has to carry that one pretty
Oh.
hard.
It's also got an incredible ass pull in it.
Yeah.
Well, it has like several. I mean, first off, I can stop time too. Oh, we're just flying. Oh,
Yeah.
the ending of this fight is I punched you so hard your stand exploded.
Yeah. Like, I think that, and I said this about the whole series, but I think that fight specifically doesn't work if it's not Dio. Like, he brings this history and gravitas to it that it wouldn't have otherwise.
Honestly, most of it is meme. like
and just it's
roller
fun to
and
watch and funny, but it's not like
knives.
cool or
Yeah,
But-
just cut it.
Oscar-winning.
I think because of its Dio, though, it's more disappointing to me. Just because, like,
Yeah.
all that
Especially
build up and he just goes out like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good point.
I would still take these other three though over the Hunter x Hunter fight.
I'd take the Hunter x Hunter one over the Pet Shop personally, but
I agree with Moria. I agree in that Iggy versus Pet Shop is very tense, but it's just I don't know. It doesn't have as much going on as the Morale stuff.
Here's the thing with the moral fight. The moral fight. It's like, okay, first off, it's shoot versus Yuppie on the stairs, but that's mostly just Yuppie flailing all over the place and shoot trying to dodge. And then it's a few explosions, and then I forgot what Moral made some clones, and then we're good.
No.
I think there was a lot of mind games involved.
Yeah. It was shoot.
Specifically, Yuppie's like evolution throughout the fight and how he
Yeah.
started like not just using mindless rage.
Well, like it was shoot distracting Yuppie so Moral could get APR in, and then basically trying to stall for time after that against someone who could basically kill them all with a flick of his finger.
Like
Deku versus Todoroki is definitely in the top three.
Yeah.
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 And I guess we're probably also putting Uraraka versus Bakugo there.
Like I said, I'm not against it.
Yeah.
Both those fights. This is like what MHA has done really well up to this point. Is not just the fight themselves, but like the character behind both of these encounters. Like for all of these characters, is well done.
Yeah, the Uraraka fight was great, but just as great as the fight was the aftermath.
Yeah, and same with Todoroki, I would say. Like
Exactly.
I'd argue the aftermath for Todoroki was more interesting than the actual fight.
So I think that's one thing that MHA has done really well. So I am not against putting two of the fights here.
Tournament arc.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason they're popular.
So I guess now we're choosing between Pet Shop and Yuppie.
Yeah, and I think the Yuppie fight is similar in that there's lots of character changing and growth during that fight. Where else the Iggy versus Pet Shop fight, like I mean, it's kind of a problem with. Yeah, but there isn't really much beyond that.
I mean,
Let's go around and everybody say which one they want to keep.
I'll give this one to Yuppie.
Okay, you have to tell who go next.
I think Yuppie makes top three.
Okay, I'll say. To be honest, I'd probably pick the Levi one as my third, but I'll just say the UP one out of these two.
I like Iggy versus Pet Shop. Like, it's just so absurd a thing that you wouldn't expect it, and then there it is.
Here's Dog versus Bird. Epic
In a
stand battle.
sewer. In a sewer.
It is a cool episode. Like
More,
I said,
you're going to vote for UP, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3 out of 2. So looks like it's going to be the Morale Knuckle shoot it versus UP fight.
I do like that Iggy just can talk for some reason. Just that episode.
Well, he has an internal monologue.
Yeah.
like all dogs.
Like
I'm
all
sure I
dogs.
saw his mouth moving though.
But the bird
Yeah.
is silent the entire time.
His only thought is kill. So, is it so now? I guess we're trying to determine which My Hero Academia fight's better.
I think it's Deku versus Todoroki. They're both very similar fights, but that one has the Sakuga to it.
Yeah, I've also got to give the edge to the Sakuga.
I would argue Uraraka had way better tactics in her fight, though. Like, Deku was just, I'm gonna break my bones until I win.
Well,
Like-
there was also Todoroki though, like refusing to use his flame and then coming to grips with that and
Right.
using it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I would also go for Todoroki Deku fight.
I would too.
I nominated the Uraraka fight, but I still think the Todoroki Deku fight is better.
All right.
All right, so best fight is Deku versus Todoroki, Uraraka versus Bakugo, and Moral Knuckle and Shoot versus Yuppie are the runners-up. C. Kohler, best villain.
Best villain. And the nominees are Theo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, Zamasu from Dragon Ball Super, Neferpitou from Hunter x Hunter, Hyakujin from Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, Meruem from Hunter x Hunter, Pet Shop from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, Chimera Ants from Hunter x Hunter, Goku Black from Dragon Ball Super, Kenny from Attack on Titan Season 3, Sonic when Pop Team Epic is airing, Taru from Mob Psycho 100, and finally, Stain from My Hero Academia.
So Sonic wins, right?
I'm going to cut Sonic first.
No. How dare you?
Come on.
That's just cut it. I mean,
Yeah.
it was amusing. I wasn't expecting that, but
Sorry,
Yeah.
Sonic. We love you. We make fun of you because we love you. Mora.
I'd say Kenny, because he's not really a villain.
Kenny got nominated for Best Villain in like the Crunchyroll Awards, and I'm like, why? And I think the whatever our anime is doing, and it's like, is it just because he was like busted into a saloon like a cowboy or some shit?
Goddamn right.
Like, I think he's a pretty cool character, and I think they do pretty well with him in the short amount of time he's in there. But
I agree. Like, but I wouldn't have him top 3.
Seda.
Let's say Teru, because he's kind of just a bully, and maybe a little bit of a foil to Mob. Like, kind of your here's an example of a character who has very similar powers to Mob, but uses them very differently. And then, of course, now he seems to be a friend. And then, should I cut another?
No, C. Kohler.
Stain. I think he's boring. I don't know why people like Stain.
probably the best My Hero Academia villain, so it's kind of a...
Yeah, it's kind of the thing.
I guess. I don't know.
What is even the name of the hand villain again? Like, he's really lame.
Shigaraki.
Yeah, he sucks
It's a horrible.
so far.
I kind of
Yeah, I
like
mean-
that he's just a big man baby, though.
That's
Yeah, I
true.
mean that works for him, but the series as a whole doesn't have good villains.
B-dubs.
I'm gonna go with Zamasu, because like of the bad guys in the Goku Black arc, he's the less interesting one. Like Goku Black is more interesting.
He has some really good, like, arrogant lines, though.
Yeah, I mean, we like it's weird because him and Goku Black are the exact same character, but that aura of mystery around Goku Black just makes him better.
I'm gonna cut the Chimera Ants as a whole.
Ooh, I definitely
So-
wouldn't.
When we say Chimera Ants, like,
I mean the specific entry, Chimera Ants.
but
instead of-
so we have Chimera Ants and we also have Neferpitou. Like, when we say Chimera Ants,
And Miriam.
and Miriam. So, like, I was wondering, do we mean like all of them, or do we mean
So,
like, the Royal Guards?
I put that one in there specifically because otherwise I think this category is literally just Hunter x Hunter characters. So it's kind of cheating in a way, but similar to the Phantom Troop, which I think also won last year.
Yeah,
I put that there just so, like, I mean,
So when you put Chimera Ants, were you basically just thinking Miriam and the
Pretty
Royal
much all.
Guards, or
well,
like,
yeah, mainly, but it basically be all the Chimera Ants.
So
I
if
mean,
we
you
vote for
had-
Chimera Ants, that means you're voting for Cheetu.
no,
I mean,
okay,
yeah.
we gotta.
Chimera
I mean,
Ants
Goku has-
include Ramot. It's cut.
I
It's
gotta
just
go
such
back
a
and-
broad. It's such a broad pick that makes it harder. I think.
Yeah, but I mean, it's similar to the Phantom Troop.
Mhm.
I'd say it's mainly the king and the royal guards.
The thing with the Phantom Troop is that I felt none of them would stand alone if it was them individually, but as the group, it was like, man. But
Yeah.
here I think like P2 and Meruem definitely stand.
Yeah, it's definitely cheating a bit, but it was mostly there just to give the category more variety.
I mean, I think we can live with one or even both of those singular villains in the top 3.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
Mora.
I'd say Dio, just because he wasn't in there that much.
Dio has got some great moments, but yeah.
He's a menacing villain, but he's also not really utilized well in the end.
Mm-hmm.
He's there because he
because he can carry it based on his history.
The scenes where he's like, so you're gonna let me live, right? No.
Yeah, it's kind like I keep saying this, but I feel like that arc only works because Dio has this history with, Jonathan and the series as a whole. Like it kind of just leans on him really hard.
Seda.
He's gonna be right back.
Oh. Okay, we'll come back to him in just a second. Then Seacoler.
Goku Black.
He really shouldn't work as well as he does.
Right. I mean, he kind of stops working as soon as you find out it's just Zamasu in there.
Yeah, but up to that point, he's like, it's amazing that he actually works.
Yeah.
Like a Goku clone with pink hair. Like you say that.
It works when you think he's evil Goku, and you're kind of like, what could make him go evil?
Turns out some other dude possesses his body.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of just ruins the whole thing.
Do you feel really strongly about it?
Oh, no.
Okay. Then we can cut him. If you wanted to keep him, I mean, I'd try picking something else, but...
It wouldn't be my first choice, but yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'd cut him.
Well, since we're at 5, I guess we can definitely say P2 is in the top 3, right?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Just because she just of the start as like this menacing monster and then transforms into something a little bit different.
There's a lot going on with P2 that I like. Because P2 is one of those super deadly, menacing characters, but that can at times can be cute and funny.
Right.
It's really weird.
Meow, I get it.
And then she makes those little cute like chibi faces and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got a lot going on there. Yeah. And then like her whole thing going on now where she's super scared.
Yeah. It's just this weird thing where you wouldn't think P2 would have that many faces, and yet there you are.
Is Eok in the top 3?
I mean, he's more a
dumbass. I say so. He's not like a competent villain, but he's a character you hate.
Well, yeah, I mean, you hate him because he's a dumbass.
Until the very end.
He keeps failing upwards the entire fucking series. Like any other series, he's probably dead inside of 2 episodes.
I know you could argue that his like incompetence and he's just such a loser.
Yeah.
Like would maybe make him not the best villain, but I almost think it makes him like it made him notable because of that. A weird.
Well, I think among our group watch people, like he is one of our favorite villains.
Because we all hate him for being that stupid. Like everyone was just waiting for him to die in a way that you don't see very often.
It was so satisfying. So that's why.
I just wish he had gone out to his own stupidity instead of,
Well, he did. He stood there. He basically, the one time he should have actually stayed back and not gotten into the fight.
He never stayed. He always jumps in, though.
I'd put him in the top 3.
Yeah,
I think the way that we hated him for so long and the satisfaction when he actually died, that puts him in top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Local Man,
is
in the top 3.
I think Goku Black's definitely not going to make it.
No.
He's a pretty close runner-up, but
Yeah.
So
still Dragon Ball.
here's why I think Pet Shop should be in the top 3 over Meruem.
Over the King?
I think the King's best moments as the antagonist, as the complicated antagonist, are yet to come.
That's true.
But even then,
he's
I'd
already
still
been
say
fantastic.
yeah, everything up to now.
I'm not gonna agree with you. I think that Pet Shop is funny as a villain, but Merum's got way more going on.
Yeah, like he's just more interesting as a bad guy. Like you desperately want to hate his guts, but you can't do it because, you know.
Also, Pet Shop was like a one and done.
Yeah. Like I think Merum's going to be this weird thing where he's going to compete next year too.
I don't think he's the winner this year, though.
I'd say Neferpito just because of the impact she's had this year.
That scene when Gon and Killua first see Pito and Pito gazes at them was one of the most amazing moments of the year. It was just like the way it was animated, it just like you understood immediately how much, terror she brought.
Mm-hmm.
And now, and the complete flip of that situation now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
And the way that she killed Kite.
Yeah. I think the King is going to win next year, just running away with it.
Oh,
but
excuse me.
No. Have you seen how that arc ends?
Well, you haven't seen the villain of Part 4.
Oh.
It's going to be a tie race.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, I think this year, Neferpitou is the winner. Any objections?
Nope.
All right. Best villain is Neferpitou. Eok and Meruem are the runners-up. Let's do worst character before we break for lunch.
Yay! This is a fun category.
Worst character. And the nominees are Ghosh from Black Clover, Mineta from My Hero Academia, Smart Boo from Dragon Ball Z Kai The Final Chapters, Gon from Hunter x Hunter, Naruto from Naruto Shippuden, Sasuke from Naruto Shippuden, Asta from Black Clover, Sakura from Naruto Shippuden, Haruko from Fooly Cooly Progressive, Alessi from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, and finally, Eok from Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Okay, Mora, get us started here. Just one.
Gon should not be on this list.
Yep.
How did that even get on there?
Some people don't like Gon.
All right.
He's probably the most interesting he's ever been right now.
Can we just give the win to Ghosh and then?
I like how like the main 3 team Naruto characters are all out here.
They're all horrible.
Also, Yuno didn't get nominated because he's so boring. But
Who?
Exactly.
No, I didn't hear you said.
Yuno from Black Clover.
My rival. This basically just Plank from Ed, Ed and Eddie.
No, Plank was interesting.
Say to cut something. Well, I mean, there's something obvious here that we have to deal with.
Well, Eok is the worst character.
Yeah.
Like he's
worst character is for characters who actively ruin shows or don't work the way they're supposed to. Eok works exactly the way he's supposed to.
If anything, Eok works too well.
Yeah, like some of these characters, there's this disconnect between what the intention is and what actually comes across, like Naruto. And so Eok, I think the intention is that he's an annoying as fuck loser that always gets his way until the very end, and that's exactly what happens. So
yeah, like I'd argue they overplayed their hand a little bit with him, but it still works.
So you could say he's too good at being hateable.
Exactly.
Okay, C. Kohler.
I'll go with Naruto because Sakura and Sasuke are worse, even though I think both of them will also eventually be cut.
Honestly, Naruto isn't that bad when he's with the right people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody nominated Master Roshi, and I'm surprised. Did I forget? Did maybe somebody nominate him and I forgot?
Just write him in.
I will write in Master Roshi because
Yeah,
I feel
there
like
you
I
go.
may have forgotten.
Probably.
I mean, he's nominated for another category.
Yeah, but whose turn is it?
It is your turn, B-Dubs.
Oh, let's cut Haruko. Like, she wasn't that bad.
Ooh,
This is
I
progressive.
disagree with that.
Yeah. I don't think she's top 3. I think it's going to wind up being Ghosh, Roshi, and...
She might honestly be top 3 for me.
All right. Smart Boo then. Because
Yeah.
he sucks, but he
works
doesn't suck that
sometimes.
hard. Yeah.
Well, actually, he was terrible, but like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
For a second there, I thought Kid Boo, but actually Smart Boo. Yeah.
Smart Boo. The Boo acting like Set Perfect Cell is just the most boring fucking thing.
Yeah.
But
But
luckily,
like,
we weren't stuck with it for very long.
Yeah.
So.
Like, he's boring, but it was fun to see him get his ass beat.
I'm gonna cut Asta.
Really?
It's not that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, the yelling is really his only real problem.
Yeah, it's the
He's had a few scenes that I chuckled on.
I don't think Asta is as bad as any of the Shippuden characters, to be honest. Like, he's not a good character, but he's not as actively terrible. He's just kind of there. He just kind of yells a lot. He's like he'll never give up. He's just yeah.
Other characters on this list have committed other worse actual crimes.
Yes, Sasuke.
Mora.
I'd say Mineta. There are worse examples.
You know what? I'm going to back you up on this one. Everyone hates Mineta because of his pervy ways. But, I mean, like, I just kind of write it off as he's just a horny high school kid.
In this day and age, this dude should be expelled.
I don't know. I guess.
I just don't think Mineta affects the show enough.
His presence is kind of the one, like,
bad note in the series.
Cynical, like, pandering thing.
Yeah.
Like, we need to have this character because this is now expected for some reason.
But at the same time, I would argue that Ghosh and Roshi are both monumentally worse in every single way.
Yeah, exactly.
See, the thing with Mineta is, like, there are aspects of his character that are kind of funny, like when he's not being a giant perv and he's just, like, trolling the hell out of Bakugo or something like that. Like, those scenes are pretty alright. And the scenes where he's being a perv, like, I don't think they're worse than these other examples, and they're not nearly as frequent.
I will say, he hasn't been as present recently, like in this middle section of.
He will never go away.
Of season 2.
Yeah, fortunately, doesn't really have a part to play in the whole Stain thing.
Yeah,
like he's always going to be there, but it's always going to be a big part.
Yeah, like he's a background character at most. I don't think he's ever going to get like a whole episode just for him.
Seda.
Alessi, like he's kind of a creep, but I think the whole Alessi fight moment thing it's more than just the character.
I think the place that whole sequence goes wrong is that they kind of is the scene with like Naked Kid Polnareff getting the bath.
Yeah,
Alessi as a villain is actually pretty creepy.
Yeah, like it was just the execution of that fight that was the problem.
Like I don't think it makes him worse character. It's just the way that the show was written around him there, like what they decided to do with what can we do with a character who becomes a kid again? It's just like yeah. Like he's a creepy as fuck character, which you could maybe argue makes him a good villain, but then the show does stupid stuff with that. It's like okay, it's more the stuff around him.
Yeah, like he's got a legitimately threatening power, and then they decide let's be pervy with it.
Seacoler.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Sakura. I'm gonna cut her. Sakura's a pretty bad character, but her worst moment was last year when she did her whole lying thing.
Oh, right.
So I'm not really.
Was that last year?
I thought that was this.
Was that this year?
It's hard to tell with all the filler.
Yeah.
I feel like it was early this year.
Well, anyway, nothing came of it anyway. She's just
Yeah.
she's just misguided. And also, I think Slippery When Wet is worse anyway. She's not on this list.
Yeah. Wait,
No,
why
Slippery
was-
was. Oh wait, that's right. She was Slippery When Wet.
Yeah. No, High School Girl was the
Joke was
other
that
one.
Dude who was water was actually
Yeah.
High School Girl.
Exactly. God.
Okay.
I'm actually disappointed that they're all basically written out of the show at this point.
So Ghosh and Master Roshi are definitely on this list.
Yes.
Yeah, they're top 3. We just have to decide between the murderer and Haruko.
And I would say that more your argument for Haruko is that they kind of messed her character up in Progressive. Is that right?
The thing with Progressive Haruko is, like, they almost ruined a character that I loved in that show. Like, they completely flanderized her in, like, the worst way. They basically took all the worst aspects of her and just focused on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one thing that really annoyed me that first of all, let me make sure I got this right. In Progressive, especially, and maybe a couple of times in Alternative, she kept doing that neon thing. In the original show, didn't she only do that in like that 3rd episode
with the cats,
which had like the Puss in Boots kind of theme to it? And then
that's the thing.
They took like that,
Yeah.
like it was.
And now she does it.
If I'm remembering correctly, that was basically stuck to that episode as a thematic thing, kind of a silly thematic thing, and then they just made that a part of her character overall, and it's just kind of like. What?
This is Haruko and Progressive especially is definitely extremely flanderized. This is how you remember Haruko from Fully Cooley without actually going back and remembering.
There's also the
Like
whole thing where in the original show, her attachment to Atomisk in the original show kind of felt more like a drug addiction or something like that, or a desire for power. Where in this show, it's more of a girl looking for lost love or something.
Yeah.
So
They basically took original Haruko and just said, hey, people must like her because she just says a bunch of random crazy crap, and they forgot all the nuanced bits about her.
yeah.
So Sasuke.
Well, I think the whole Sasuke thing, also Naruto and Sakura, it's like all 3 of them together kind of, I think, are worse than them individually almost. Like they make each other worse, impressively enough.
But Sasuke this year is this is the part where he just pretends he's going full villain, and it just does not work.
Yeah. I mean,
To be
that's
honest,
the
the
thing.
Sasuke stuff is just more funny to me. Like,
Well,
I don't really
I
get
mean-
mad over it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Haruko was sort of messed up by accident. Sasuke, they're actually going for something and completely fail on every conceivable level.
I'd put Haruko would be my choice out of these 2. I actually think I nominated both Naruto and Sasuke because I think I even mentioned in the thread, like, this almost does feel like a nadir of the show for me so far. This, like, Naruto is still trying to get Sasuke, like, to come back,
Yeah.
and Sasuke is just getting more and more villainous, and it just kind of feels really poorly done to me. But it kind of involves both of them, and not like it doesn't lie solely on one or the other. Where Haruko is solely on her and the writing around her, and the fact that it like retroactively kind of ruins. I know it doesn't actually ruin what she was before, but it almost feels like it does. It's just so
The
bad.
thing about Sasuke is, like, he's never a character I cared much to begin with. Like, Haruko being the way she is in Progressive was just a big bummer.
I agree.
But
So our
does
top
that
3 is Ghosh, Haruko, and Master Roshi.
God. So
Ghosh
you
wins.
know, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at worst moment; it's basically all Ghosh moments.
Every time, if we allowed every time Ghosh does X, that would be the winner.
Hang on, let me go back and count. There's Master Roshi commit 1, 2, 3. I could have sworn there were like 4 or 5 different ones that were just Ghosh.
Laura, did you have something you were trying to go for with Haruko here?
I think that was Seda.
Oh,
I was gonna say Haruko is really bad, and I would almost consider her as worst, because of the fact she retroactively ruins quote ruins.
I think she
better
does hurt
characters.
the show more overall than Ghosh.
Ghosh is more easily ignored, I think. I mean, sort of. But
Well, I mean, they
Ghosh is-
had the whole arc with him.
Yeah,
I think the thing that the reason we have to give it to like Ghosh or Master Roshi over Haruko is because it's anime. Fucking stop.
Actually, I have another
Yeah.
reason for Ghosh is that I don't think he adds anything to the show. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
that's
thing.
that's the definition of worst character. Is like he doesn't do
only
anything for the
subtracts.
show.
Like he doesn't add, he just subtracts from it. Like even Haruko being bad and progressive still gives something to it.
And I would give Haruko props for being good in alternative, but I don't know if that really works. But you know what I mean.
I think we
I
kind
don't
of
think
have
that
to
really
count
counts
it.
here.
I mean, we
Okay.
kind of have to count it a little bit because part of the justification for having her in top 3 is that they ruined her, kind of in the original version as a
I think
result of this.
she was just bad in general. Like on her own in this show, she was bad. I don't think you really
Yeah.
need.
Okay, good point.
The thing I still gotta say Ghosh. God fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, like
A character who literally exists only to look at pictures of his little sister and get a nosebleed.
Yeah,
And the worst thing
I'm
about
fine with
Ghosh-
Ghosh being the winner.
The worst thing about Ghost though is they actually expect you to like him too.
Yeah,
Yeah, like he's one of the Black Bulls you're supposed to like.
yeah.
Isn't it funny?
No.
I mean, it kind of has to be him because you go back and you look at worst moment, like half of it is Ghosh. Like it's like literally half of that list is him.
Master Roshi, also detestable. Master Roshi is based like it's hilarious how Master Roshi is not like blatantly like it's literally like respected martial arts teacher. Well, not anymore.
The only thing Master Roshi has over Ghosh in this category is he doesn't show up as often. That's about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Master Roshi, I mean, he's the one who actually commits actual crimes here.
He does.
But man, Ghosh, man, are we in agreement that he's the winner?
Yeah,
I know
I'm
that.
gonna back you. I'm gonna back you on that one.
Mora,
I'm fine with that.
Seda.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right. Ghosh is the worst character of the year. Haruko from Fully Coolly Progressive specifically, and Master Roshi are the runners-up. All right, then. Let us take a 20-minute break and come back here at 1 Eastern.
Are you going to stop the recording and then send us another link?
I am going to do that, yes.
Okay, good.
So, 1 o'clock Eastern.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right, break for lunch.
All right, bye.
Bye.